You notice it in the quiet moments, when you catch your reflection, when you run your fingers through your hair, or when you see a few extra strands on the pillow. It's easy to shrug it off, to chalk it up to the passage of time. It's just age, you might tell yourself. But what if there's more to the story? What if thinning hair isn't just an inevitable part of growing older, but a message that your body is trying to send? A message that often goes unheard. For years, hair loss in seniors has been dismissed as a simple byproduct of aging. We're told it's in our genes, that it's all about hormones, or that nothing can really be done. But the truth is more complex, and in many cases, more hopeful. Because for millions of people over 60, especially women, the real drivers behind thinning hair are often hidden in plain sight. They're rooted in nutrition, in stress, in the way blood flows or doesn't flow to the scalp. And that means there are steps you can take to make a difference. Let's begin by looking at one of the most overlooked causes: undereating, especially protein. Hair's made almost entirely of keratin, a type of protein. As we age, our appetites often wane. Dental issues, changes in digestion, or even a desire to eat lighter meals can mean we don't get enough protein. When the body is low on protein, it has to make tough choices. Your vital organs come first. Your hair, unfortunately, comes last. The result? Strands that are thinner, drier, slower to grow, and quicker to fall out. This is one of the leading reasons for hair thinning in seniors, and yet it's rarely discussed. Next, consider the role of iron and vitamin B12. If you've ever felt unusually tired, lightheaded, or noticed your skin looking paler than usual, you might be low in one or both of these nutrients. Iron and B12 are crucial for carrying oxygen to every cell in your body, including your hair follicles. Without enough oxygen, your follicles enter survival mode. Growth slows, shedding increases, and in some cases, the follicles simply shut down. This is especially common in women after menopause and can be made worse by certain medications like acid blockers, statins, or metformin, which can lower B12 absorption even further. Then there's the thyroid, a small gland with a big impact. If you're experiencing thinning hair alongside symptoms like dry skin, unexplained weight changes, or fatigue, it's worth asking your doctor about your thyroid. Low thyroid function, or hypothyroidism, is a common but often missed cause of hair thinning, particularly at the crown and sides of the scalp. Of course, we can't talk about hair loss without mentioning stress. Chronic stress and the resulting surges of the hormone cortisol can disrupt the natural cycle of hair growth. When cortisol levels remain high, hair follicles shrink, growth slows, and more hairs shift into the shedding phase. Over time, this leads to chronic thinning, with hair that simply doesn't bounce back the way it once did. Another hidden factor is poor circulation. If you frequently have cold hands or feet, experience leg cramps at night, or have unstable blood pressure, your scalp may not be getting the blood flow it needs. Hair follicles rely on a steady supply of oxygen, iron, and nutrients. When circulation is poor, those supplies dwindle, and follicles can wither away. It's also possible to have too much of a good thing. Many seniors turn to supplements in hopes of improving their health, but excess fat-soluble vitamins, like A and E, can actually harm hair. Too much vitamin A can shrink hair follicles, while too much vitamin E can thin the blood and slow growth. Because these vitamins build up in the body over time, especially as metabolism slows with age, they can quietly contribute to hair loss, even as you try to do everything right. And let's not forget the importance of sunlight and vitamin D. Vitamin D helps wake up dormant hair follicles, encouraging growth and density. Yet over 70% of adults over 60 are vitamin D deficient, particularly those who live in colder climates or spend most of their days indoors. Low vitamin D levels have been linked to slower regrowth and increased hair loss. To understand why these factors matter, it helps to know how hair grows. Each hair on your head follows a cycle: a growth phase, a rest phase, and a shedding phase. In a healthy scalp, the vast majority of hairs are growing at any given time. But when your body is under stress, whether physical, nutritional, or emotional, more hairs shift into the shedding phase early. They fall out, and they don't return. This phenomenon, known as telogen effluvium, is common after illness, medication changes, hormonal shifts, malnutrition, or major emotional stress. The good news? It's often reversible if you address the root causes. So why don't most hair loss treatments work? Many products promise miracles, but they rarely deliver. Shampoos and serums may help the hair that's already there, but they can't fix nutritional deficiencies or improve blood flow. Most hair gummies don't contain the forms of nutrients your body can actually use. Scalp massages can only help if there's enough blood and nutrients to deliver. And topical treatments can't make up for what's missing inside. But here's the encouraging part. It's not too late. Hair follicles don't simply give up overnight. They slow down, they struggle, they shrink. But many are still there, waiting for the right conditions to reactivate. With the right nutrients, balanced hormones, and improved circulation, you can often restore strength and vitality to your hair. Let's recap the 7 most common and fixable causes of hair loss in seniors: not eating enough protein, low iron, or B12, thyroid imbalances, chronic stress and high cortisol, poor circulation, excess fat-soluble vitamins, and vitamin D deficiency. Each of these factors can be addressed, often with simple lifestyle changes or targeted supplements. Remember, thinning hair isn't just about appearance. It's about identity, confidence, and taking charge of your health. By understanding the real reasons behind hair loss, you're already one step closer to reclaiming control. Stay tuned for the next part of our series, where we'll explore the foods, habits, and routines that can help restore your hair naturally. Because you deserve to feel strong, confident, and vibrant at any age. As we age, it's easy to chalk up every change in our bodies to the simple passage of time. We notice our hair thinning, our energy dipping, or our skin changing, and we sigh, thinking, well, I guess that's just what happens. But sometimes there's more to the story. Sometimes the small choices we make every day, what we eat, how we care for ourselves, even the supplements we take, can quietly shape our well-being in ways we don't always realize. Take Sandra, for instance. At 68, she looked in the mirror and saw her hair getting thinner, more brittle, less full than she remembered from her younger years. Like so many, she shrugged it off as a normal part of menopause and aging. But beneath the surface, something else was going on. Without knowing it, Sandra's diet had shifted over time. Meals had become lighter, and protein, so essential for hair strength and growth, had quietly slipped off the plate. For weeks, then months, she was barely getting 30 grams of protein a day, far less than her body needed to support not just her muscles and bones, but the health of her hair. It was only when Sandra started paying attention to her nutrition, adding eggs to her breakfast, spooning Greek yogurt into her afternoon routine, that things began to change. It didn't happen overnight, but within 2 months, the difference was unmistakable. Her hair looked fuller, felt stronger, and she felt a renewed sense of vitality. It wasn't just age, it was a simple, fixable gap in her daily nourishment. Then there's Robert. At 72, he was diligent about his health. He took his multivitamin every morning, thinking it was the best way to fill in any nutritional gaps. But he never realized that his supplement was delivering a whopping 300% of his daily vitamin A. That's far more than most people need. And over time, too much vitamin A can actually contribute to hair loss and other health issues. When Robert discovered this, he made a change. He set aside the high-dose supplement and focused on getting his nutrients from real food. Colorful fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains. He also started a simple ritual, massaging his scalp every morning, stimulating blood flow and nourishing the hair follicles. Slowly but surely, his hair began to look healthier, and he noticed an overall improvement in how he felt. It wasn't just about appearance. It was about reclaiming a sense of well-being that he thought was gone for good. Stories like Sandra's and Robert's remind us that the changes we notice as we age aren't always inevitable. Sometimes they're gentle nudges from our bodies, asking us to pay attention, to adjust, to care a little differently. And when we do, the results can be transformative. Let's take a closer look at why these small changes matter so much and how you can put them into practice in your own life. First, let's talk about protein. Hair is made primarily of a protein called keratin. Without enough protein in your diet, your body has to make tough choices about where to allocate its resources. Essential functions like repairing tissues and supporting your immune system will always come first, and hair growth can be one of the first things to slow down when protein is in short supply. For older adults, especially, it's common for protein intake to decrease over time. Appetites change, routines shift, and sometimes the effort of preparing protein-rich meals feels daunting. But the good news is, boosting your protein intake doesn't have to be complicated. Eggs are a powerhouse, packed with high-quality protein and easy to prepare. Greek yogurt offers not just protein, but also calcium and probiotics for gut health. Lean meats, fish, beans, lentils, nuts, and seeds are all excellent options. Even small changes, adding an extra egg to breakfast, sprinkling nuts on your salad, choosing a yogurt parfait for a snack can make a meaningful difference. Next, let's consider the role of vitamins and supplements. It's tempting to think that more is always better, but that's not always the case. Vitamins like A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble, which means they're stored in the body and can build up to harmful levels if you consistently get too much. Hair loss is a well-documented side effect of vitamin A toxicity. That's why it's important to read labels carefully, understand what you're taking, and whenever possible, aim to get your nutrients from whole foods rather than pills. Fruits and vegetables provide a balanced array of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants without the risk of overload. Leafy greens, sweet potatoes, carrots, berries, citrus fruits, all of these nourish your body and your hair while also supporting your overall health. If you do take supplements, choose ones that offer no more than 100% of the daily recommended value, unless your doctor has advised otherwise. Scalp care is another often overlooked piece of the puzzle. Our scalps are living tissue with tiny blood vessels that feed and support the hair follicles. As we age, circulation can decrease and the scalp can become dry or tight, making it harder for hair to grow. Regular scalp massage, using your fingertips in gentle, circular motions, can stimulate blood flow, relax tension, and even help distribute natural oils that keep the hair and scalp healthy. It's a simple ritual that takes just a few minutes, but over time, it can make a noticeable difference. Of course, genetics, hormones, and medical conditions all play a role in hair health too. But as Sandra and Robert discovered, the choices we make every day, what we eat, how we care for ourselves, how we respond to the changes we see, can shift the balance in our favor. So what does this mean for you? If you've noticed changes in your hair, your energy, or your well-being, don't be too quick to write it off as just age. Pause and ask yourself a few questions. Are you getting enough protein each day? For most adults, aiming for at least 3.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is a good starting point. but some experts recommend even more for older adults to help preserve muscle and support overall health. Are you relying on high-dose supplements, or are you getting most of your nutrients from whole foods? Remember, more isn't always better, and balance is key. Are you taking time to care for your scalp and hair, just as you would care for your skin or your teeth? Simple practices like gentle washing, regular scalp massage, and using a soft brush can all contribute to healthier hair. Are you staying hydrated? Dehydration can make hair dry and brittle, so aim to drink plenty of water throughout the day. If you're not sure where to start, consider keeping a simple food diary for a week. Write down what you eat and drink, and look for patterns. Are there days when you skip breakfast or rely on snacks instead of balanced meals? Are you eating plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables, or do you tend to reach for the same foods over and over? Sometimes, just seeing your habits on paper can spark new ideas and motivation. And remember, it's never too late to make a change. The body is remarkably resilient, and even small adjustments can yield big benefits over time. Sandra didn't expect to see such a difference after just 2 months of eating more protein, but her experience shows what's possible with a little attention and care. Robert's story is a reminder that even well-intentioned habits, like taking a daily multivitamin, can have unintended consequences, and that sometimes simplifying and returning to basics is the best approach. If you have concerns about your hair or your health, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional. They can help you identify any underlying issues, recommend appropriate tests, and guide you towards safe and effective solutions. Hair loss, for example, can sometimes signal thyroid problems, iron deficiency, or other medical conditions that require attention. But in many cases, the answer lies in the small, everyday choices that are well within your control. Ultimately, aging is a journey, one filled with change, challenge, and opportunity. The stories of Sandra and Robert remind us that we're not powerless in the face of time. By paying attention to our bodies, nourishing ourselves well, and embracing simple self-care rituals, we can support not just our hair, but our overall health and happiness. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, I thought it was just age, and pause for a moment. Ask yourself what your body might be telling you. Listen with curiosity and compassion. And remember, sometimes the difference between feeling your age and feeling your best is just a few small changes away. Embrace the power you have to shape your own story. One meal, one habit, one gentle touch at a time. Because every day is a new opportunity to care for yourself, to feel better, and to live fully at every age. Welcome to your 7-day hair recovery plan, a step-by-step blueprint designed specifically for seniors who are ready to take action and nurture their hair from the inside out. If you've followed along with parts 1 and 2, you already know the hidden causes of hair thinning and the top foods that feed your follicles. But knowledge alone isn't enough. True transformation begins when you put it into practice, one simple step at a time. This is not about magic fixes or overnight miracles. It's about consistency, patience, and self-care. Because your body, no matter your age, is always capable of positive change. So let's embark on this journey together. Set your intention, gather your supplies, and prepare to nourish not just your hair, but your whole self. Before you begin, take a moment to set yourself up for success. Choose a start day that works for you and make a commitment to see this plan through. Prep your kitchen with the right foods. Clear away anything that doesn't serve your goals and have a notepad or journal ready to track your progress, energy, hair, and mood. Take a photo of your hairline or scalp today. It will be a valuable reference as you move forward. Now, let's dive into your daily routine. Day 1 is all about a fresh start. Begin by clearing out expired supplements, hair gimmicks, sugary snacks, and harsh shampoos from your home. Let go of the products and habits that haven't served you. Take a moment to reflect on your current routines. Are you skipping meals? Are you getting enough protein? Set your intention for the week. You're not aiming to regrow all your hair overnight. Instead, you're choosing to feed your body what it's been missing and to trust the process. For breakfast, enjoy 2 boiled eggs with a side of spinach and a handful of berries. This combination provides a balance of protein, iron, and antioxidants to start your day strong. After your shower, take 5 minutes to gently massage your scalp. This simple act increases blood flow to your follicles, signaling them to wake up and begin the repair process. On day 2, focus on the timing of your protein intake. Hair growth isn't just about how much protein you eat, but when you eat it. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at every meal, not just at dinner. For breakfast, try Greek yogurt mixed with flaxseed and strawberries. At lunch, enjoy a hearty lentil soup with whole grain toast and a fresh salad. For dinner, savor grilled salmon with roasted carrots and quinoa. Snack on cottage cheese or a handful of almonds throughout the day. Before bed, add a scoop of collagen to your herbal tea. This supports the building blocks of strong hair. Continue your daily scalp massage, but this time, if available, use a few drops of rosemary oil. Rosemary has been shown to stimulate circulation and support hair growth. Day 3 is about bringing in sunlight and movement. Vitamin D is not just a vitamin, it's a hormone that activates hair follicle receptors. Start your morning with at least 15 minutes of sun exposure on your arms, face, and neck. This natural boost of vitamin D will help wake up your follicles. After breakfast, take a brisk walk for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Movement enhances circulation, delivering more nutrients and oxygen to your scalp. Take time to stretch your neck, shoulders, and jaw. Tension in these areas can restrict blood flow to your scalp, so gentle stretches can make a real difference. Stay hydrated with water infused with lemon and cucumber. For a snack, add 1 or 2 Brazil nuts to your day. These are rich in selenium, a mineral essential for healthy hair. On day 4, turn your attention to your gut health. Your gut controls which nutrients get absorbed and which get flushed out. A compromised gut means undernourished follicles. Add fermented foods like sauerkraut, kefir, or plain yogurt to your meals. Increase your intake of prebiotic-rich foods such as oats, onions, garlic, and asparagus. These feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut, supporting nutrient absorption. Sip on bone broth with turmeric and black pepper. This combination soothes the gut and reduces inflammation. Avoid processed foods, sugar, and artificial sweeteners today. Even your shampoo matters. Switch to a fragrance-free or scalp-friendly formula to minimize irritation and support a healthy scalp environment. Day 5 is dedicated to reducing inflammation, both internally and externally. Inflammation can shrink hair follicles and slow the growth cycle, even if you don't feel inflamed. If you've experienced joint pain, fatigue, or the skin flare-ups, inflammation may be at play. Take a gentle rest in day, but keep moving lightly with walking or stretching. Incorporate turmeric into your meals. Try golden milk or turmeric-spiced lentils. Snack on walnuts and blueberries, both of which are rich in anti-inflammatory compounds. Treat yourself to a warm towel compress on your scalp to soothe and relax the area. Practice mindful breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Repeat this 5 times to calm your nervous system. Prioritize deep hydration today, aiming for 8 to 10 cups of clean water, and consider adding trace minerals if you have them. On day 6, it's time to rebuild and rewire not just your body, but your mindset. The way you think and feel about your body directly impacts your health outcome. Practice gratitude for your body today. Write a simple sentence in your journal. I am feeding my body the strength it deserves. This affirmation helps reinforce positive change. Rub your temples and massage behind your ears to increase scalp awareness and relaxation. Apply aloe vera gel to your scalp to reduce itchiness and create a healthy environment for new growth. Add bone-building foods to your meals, such as leafy greens, tahini, sardines, and sesame seeds. And don't forget to nurture your spirit. Spend 10 minutes enjoying music, laughter, or a phone call with someone who lifts you up. Stress is real, but so is joy, and both have powerful effects on your body's ability to heal. Day 7 is a day of reflection, celebration, and commitment. You've completed a full week of hair healing, and that's a tremendous accomplishment. Even if you don't see new strands yet, something important has shifted. Your follicles have been nourished, your blood flow has improved, your hormones are beginning to balance, and your mindset is evolving. Take a moment to compare your photos if you took them at the start. Reflect on any changes. Has your scalp become less itchy? Are you noticing less shedding? Has your mood improved? Write down 3 things that felt good this week. Plan your meals for the next 3 days using the nourishing foods you learned about earlier. Choose one habit from this week, whether it's hydration, scalp massage, or a protein-rich breakfast, to lock in for the next 30 days. As you move forward, establish a weekly rhythm to support ongoing hair health. Include protein at every meal. Enjoy an anti-inflammatory tea daily, such as ginger, turmeric, or peppermint. Walk each day and get some sunlight. Make scalp massage a regular practice, at least 3 times a week. Minimize excess alcohol, sugar, and high-dose vitamin supplements. Aim to eat 10 to 15 different whole plant foods per week, as fiber supports gut health, which in turn supports hair. Above all, remember that this journey is about consistency, not perfection. Don't chase the idea of doing everything flawlessly. Instead, focus on building habits that you can maintain over time. Each small step adds up, and your body will respond to the care you give it. If you've followed all 3 parts of this series, take a moment to give yourself credit. You're not just learning, you're taking the lead in your own health. You've gained clarity, focus, and perhaps a renewed sense of hope. Your hair, your health, and your habits are all interconnected. No matter your age, your body is always listening to how you treat it. So keep feeding yourself with love, movement, and truth. You are not done growing. In fact, you're just getting started. Stay nourished, stay radiant, and keep moving forward with confidence and curiosity. Your body has remarkable potential for renewal. And this week is just the beginning of your journey to healthier, fuller hair. Remember, transformation is a process. Celebrate every small victory and know that each day you choose to care for yourself is a day well spent. Stay consistent, stay positive, and trust in your body's ability to heal and thrive.